Round your city, round the clock. Everybody needs you. No, you can't make everybody equal. Although you got buku family, you don't even got nobody being honest with you.
Wasn't certain what track that was, so I figured I'd skip that. Not really a big fan. Thanks once more for tuning in, guys. I just got the news that Mr. Andre Braugher passed away. I was not a fan of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine show, but that is very sad. And it just, the news just broke maybe about like 30 minutes ago. So, goodness. Welcome back, everybody. Sad moment in television history, and this man was a real big treasure. Sad stuff. It really is. We are doing some game dev today. Tuesdays are usually reserved for game dev. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I am diving into trying to get a character model down. I don't even know how I would go about doing that. I'm assuming what I need to do is, well, I mean, obviously Google a lot of the information, but excuse me. Ooh, girl. Let's go ahead and stream. And it may be the case that we split the stream up into two, maybe divisions or whatever, because I'm thinking maybe I could do, I installed a few games. Starseed Pilgrim, I've always wanted to play that one. Tachyon Project, The Looker. I really wanted to check out The Looker. The Exit 8, of course, I played the other day. That was, I really wish I went into that game blind, but part of me is also like, hey, that's cool that I was able to experience like the game with somebody as they were, well, not with somebody, but they were streaming it, and they cut out all the boring parts, which was cool. So I was like, hey, that's cool. You know, I was able to experience it that way, but it's a double-edged sword. We're going to launch into Unreal. We have the updated version, so I'm excited for that. We just gotta let it load. The glasses are they're a little off. You can kind of tell. I may just install that later on. Yeah, I had some problems with the Epic Game Launcher. It gave me a bunch of it just froze, and the library wasn't working, and I'm like, what the fuck? You on? Okay. Just being careful of logging into stuff. This woman does not look 30. The hell are we doing with this thing? I just want to open up Unreal. What? I mean, Steam doesn't do this. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, I heard Lego Fortnite was actually very, very good. The Chop Shop, Mortal Online. This looks Leather Daddy Orc. I don't know what I want. No. Launch. I gotta hand it to Epic for controlling Unreal. I'm guessing it. Did it launch? I don't know. It's a banana about. I don't even want to see. I kind of want to lock down this computer a little bit more. Maybe I could probably get an updated machine too. The streaming PC seems to be okay. The gaming PC is definitely aged. I got this machine. Jesus. When did I get this machine? I want to say back in 2013. It's an i7 6600K. I don't even fucking remember. It's updating. I'll let it sit. I'm guessing it's just taking its sweet time because it's downloading stuff. Woof. Whoa. Felt really odd right there. Like I had a weird heart palpitation, but it was kind of like a half palpitation. Very strange. Had my car mats in for my vehicle. I was excited for that. Come on, camera. Ooh, girl. Let's go ahead and Ooh. 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 Nasties. Nasties. Do we really? I will skip that. I want to. Sex songs. I love it. Neo Tokyo by Cyberpunk Mix. I love it. Always love Cyberpunk. Neon signs. Kind of a dystopia. One hell of a dirty future. Skyscrapers running to the ceiling of the sky. Smoky corners from vents. Cigarettes. Neon umbrellas. Oh man, yeah, my air purifier kicked in. I like the ooh, oh damn. Oh, checking out some photos here, sorry. Jesus. This girl kind of freaky. Oh yeah, there's a guy online. Well, I shouldn't say it. It's just it's a sensitive thing. Not for me, but for them. So I think I'll keep my mouth shut. Is this just downloading shit or what is it doing? I just don't understand. Oh, it's updating this. Damn. Well. I can at least Google how to model some stuff. I will wait. Oh, shit. I'm thinking. Create a blueprint or script for a character or pawn to parse inputs to control. Can you do modeling? I wonder. Yeah. Unreal editor for Fortnite. Wow. This page of version really pairs to Unreal Engine. Some descriptions and screenshots may appear different than what you see in UEFN. Poly model. I may actually call this because this is going to be a much. We're not even at 10% because I was not expecting to have to update this. Extrude bevel and edge loop to edit meshes via poly groups. And granted, what I typically like to do, and this might be a curse of mine, is I will dive into something that I'm not familiar with at all, not even the building blocks of how to, you know, not even the foundation, and I'm just gonna, I pick it apart. Oof, I went to town on tacos. Way too much. Way too many tacos. Edit the mesh via triangles. I can see how that might. So, fills any holes in your mesh. Cuts a selected mesh with the extrude polygon and open tools to define the new mesh. Tremor cut selected meshes with the second mesh. Oh, that's interesting. You build a mesh and say, hey, I want to cut this one. I'm starting to fucking sound like a goddamn predator with this shit. Altered or distorted mesh as a whole or in specific areas. Sculpts the target mesh using various brushes and dynamically adds new geometry to the mesh through remeshing. I wonder if you can do hair with that. Even out the surface of the mesh, helping remove jagged artifacts. Ah, okay. Adjusting the position of the mesh vertices by a specified amount along their normal. Warp. Reshape a mesh using non-linear transforms such as blend, flare, and twist. So I guess this would be used for lattice. Edit the mesh via its vertices using a structure of points. God damn, I gotta get some fucking gas X. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back. Let me see if I have any. I got nothing, so I'll figure something out. Sort the vertices of a mesh based on preset algorithms, user-generated weight maps, or texture maps. Transform. Adjust the placement or representation of a mesh. Repositions the selected meshes in relation to one another. Edit the pivot point placement of on the selected mesh. So the pivot point would be probably the center point of this, and so you could adjust and have it rotate around that one point. Adds an actor object to the selected mesh to act as a pivot for child components. Opens tools to edit the pivot points and actor object. Bakes the scale and rotation values into the mesh. By default, scale is uniformly set to 1 while rotation is uniformly set to 0. Transfers the data of one mesh to a target mesh or to a specific LOD used by the target mesh. Change the output type of a mesh between a static mesh, dynamic mesh, or volume. Takes a mesh with a disconnected geometry and splits them into a separate mesh. And this may be just a short stream because I'm not all that inclined to learn a whole lot today. Attempts to reduce the triangle density of the selected mesh. I see. Retriangulate and increase triangle density on the selected mesh. Yeah. Automatically combines disconnected edges of selected mesh with a given tolerance. Oh, God. Removes hidden triangles from the selected meshes. I thought this was going to do something, but it's decided to freeze. Yeah, this is retriangulate, increase in triangle density, so it looks more and more complex. Looks like it just pauses right before it ends. Oh, God damn it, my stomach. Oh, shit. Whoa, whoa. What's going on there? Removes hidden triangles from a selected mesh. I guess it just doesn't want to stop. It just calcs. Map or remesh one mesh onto the targeted mesh. It's a second selected mesh. Okay. Vox ops. Convert a mesh into voxels to perform volumetric operations before converting it back into a mesh. Oh, fuck me, god damn. Oh, I should not have like tanked on tacos. Yeah, sad with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It is what it is, though. Funny how some relationships work. Last relationship, the woman I was seeing told me she wanted to spend the rest of her life with me, and then in the sound, nearly the same breath, threatened to call the police on me twice. Funny how that works, you know. Let's go here. Actually, this is quicker than I thought it would be, because I remember watching the first, like the entire download, like the upgrade download, and it was taking its sweet ass time. Don't age, I don't recommend it. Vox ops. Selected mesh using voxels. How far are we down in this? Where's my slider bar? I can't even see it, to be honest. Helping remove holes as well as removing self-intersections and hidden triangles. Blend selected meshes using voxels. Oh, shit. Offset or inset the surface of the selected meshes using voxels. Perform Boolean operations on selected meshes and then wrap the result with voxels. Jesus. Voxbool. This is some intense stuff. Merges selected meshes, then voxelates the result. Yeah, that's not a whole lot. It's not even the 15th yet. I'm kind of like, I'm looking at my budget. God damn. Oh. And this was like, I ate fucking like 3:30. And now it's just like 8 o'clock. Andy Brawler sadly passed away at the age of 61. Sad. Such a smile too. Such a sad loss. Yeah. And inspect and adjust the secondary properties such as normals and polygroups of a mesh. Visualize attributes such as wireframes, tangent vectors, and bowtie vertices, and view mesh statistics. Recomputes the normals and opens tools to set normals calculation by toggling options on and off and setting the normals topography. Edit the mesh's lines and tangents. Edit the mesh's... How far are we going here? Oh my god. Oh my god. There's a ton of stuff here. Oh, God. Edit the mesh's lines and tangents. Edit the mesh's different attributes. Well, let's see what this can actually do. I don't quite understand what it did right there, but attributes, UVs, and adding attributes as well. Excuse me, those tacos are fucking kicking me. Yeah, it's not going to be a long stream today. I'm just grabbing some basics. Generates polygroups for your mesh. The hell's a polygroup? Paint polygroups into a mesh by using brush strokes. Polygroups. Mini groups. Or onto a mesh, not into. Paint on specific weight map layers, which first need to be generated with a ATTR-ED tool. Attribute. I don't know. Weight map layers. I'm just kind of curious, how would you model Link? How to model Link from Zelda in Unreal. And I'm curious because obviously I want to get as simple as this. I'd like to get as simple as that if possible. Yeah, that would be nice. Oh goodness. What kind of... Oh, it's an actual Switch. That's why I was like, Jesus, $400 for a remake? I'm like, god damn, that's fucking insane. And something like this, I would want to build something like that. I'm just not. I don't know the first thing. Assign multiple materials and new material elements to triangles selected via brush strokes. UVs. Edit the UV coordinates of a mesh, changing how textures are mapped to the surface. Automatically unwrap and pack UVs for the selected mesh. Recompute UVs for existing UV islands or polygroups, helping minimize stretch and squash areas. Unwrap. Project. Creates UVs from casting a predefined shape or point onto your mesh. So what I would start with is a sphere. A sphere form as a mesh, and then I would probably use some sort of transform or scale in order to get it to appear like a head. CMed, Xform UV, and layout. Transform, stack, or repackage existing UVs. And UVs are overview of level-based UV editing tools. A valuable step after modeling is creating UVs for accurate texture placement on your mesh. So, like, you can. Yeah, this is primarily textures. Alright, recompute UVs for existing UV islands. How we minimize stretch and squashed areas. I may actually do bonus streams too throughout the week, but I really want to stick to going to the gym. Through you know, I kind of fell off the wagon again. I'm feeling kind of fat, and I was trimming down quite a bit because I was hitting the gym quite often and eating lean chicken and a lot of brown rice. But I'm getting turkey neck again. This flab right here, and then it sucks. Aging fucking sucks. It really does. Oh, Epic's almost done. Look at this. So I've learned that meshes are the basic building blocks for, because I think in terms of polygons. Excuse me. Jesus, ballsack Christ. Oh, Kim's messaging me now. Recompute UVs for existing UV islands or polygroups, helping minimize stretched and squashed areas. Creates UVs from casting a predefined shape or point onto your mesh. Transform, stack, or repack existing UVs. X-form UV. This girl I'm texting, like, we haven't really even met yet, but it's weird. I haven't gotten really, I've only seen one picture of her, and I kind of feel inclined to ask for another. I'm just like, you know, it's weird. Things are weird right now. Yeah, I got a weird ass text not too long ago, maybe about a month ago, from somebody being like, "Hi, friend, this is Ki Kwan Shi. Is this so and so?" And I'm like, "No, this is Annie. What are you doing with this number? And how do you know who is this guy?" You know, I'm like, "This is fucking creepy." And I'm like, "Don't text me." I don't know. Some weird shit going on out there. Just be safe. Protect yourself. I got a text from somebody I've never talked to, like one of the presidents of the conglomerate that I work for. I've talked to the guy once. I see him every now and then. I talked to him once. And he texts me and he's like, "Yeah, it's the president of the company. I need some Apple gift cards. I can't really talk right now. I'm in a company meeting. I need Apple gift cards." And I'm just like, "You're full of shit." Bake the source's mesh details to a target mesh as textures. Ambient. Bake TX. Ugh. That is odd. Bake textures for a single mesh from multiple source meshes. Bake a source meshes details to a target mesh as vertex colors. What the hell's a vertex color? Bakes textures for a target mesh from multiple source meshes via a virtual photo or render capture. Bake RC bakes textures for a target mesh from multiple source meshes via a virtual photo or render capture. Ow. I wonder how you would do a game like, what's Illuminary? What's the one where it's like you hold something up and then it actually changes its size based on the perspective? Convert between volume, mesh, binary space partitioning, and simple collision representations. You can also inspect the collision and physics properties of the selected mesh. Define and convert a volume actor to a static or dynamic mesh actor. Jesus Christ. Defines the conversion of a mesh to a new volume. Eat mesh to volume. Inspect physics geometry for the selected mesh. Convert the selected meshes to simple collision geometry for the last selected mesh. I'm just fucking confused. Convert simple collision geometry to new mesh actor. LODs. Levels of detail for a mesh. Level of detail manager opens the LOD manager to define and create LODs for the selected static mesh asset. Well, what is a static mesh? What kind of meshes are we talking about? Opens the level of detail manager to define and create LODs for the selected static. Let's take a look and see what. Static mesh is a piece of geometry that consists of a set of polygons that can be cached in video memory and rendered by the graphics card. Okay, this allows them to be rendered efficiently, meaning they can be much more complex than other types of geometry, such as brushes. Since they are cached in video memory, static meshes can be translated, rotated, and scaled, but they cannot have their vertices animated in any way. Static meshes are the basic unit used to create world geometry for the levels created in the Unreal Engine. These are 3D models created in external modeling applications such as 3ds Max, Maya, Softimage, and so on, that are imported into the real Unreal editor through the content browser, saved in packages, and then used various ways to create renderable elements. The vast majority of any map in a game made with Unreal will consist of static meshes, generally in the form of static mesh actors. Other uses of static meshes are for creating movers such as doors or lifts, or rigid body physics objects, foliage, and terrain decorations. Procedural generated creative. I almost want to learn fucking Source right now, because I liked that engine. And I liked what came of it, but it was aging. You know, I don't think anything is produced from it now. Procedurally created buildings, game objectives, and many more visual elements. But I had an interest in Source. Maybe I might even just dive into Source some too, but I don't know how well it's kept up. Is Source good for beginners? Unless you want to make a mod of Half-Life 2, Source is not a good choice for beginners. It's difficult to work with and very limited in what you can do compared to other engines. And this is 4 years ago. I would suggest starting with Unreal or Unity. It could be good for learning map making though, if you can get past Hammer's terrible user interface. Holy shit, it's done. Auto LOD opens a toolset to generate and define static mesh level detail assets. Edit instances in instant static mesh components. Revolver axle lot. It's intentional that it's always your first completed save that's used for this. Oh. Is it intentional that it's always your first completed save that is used for this? I'm not really certain what's going on with that. Sniff my swamp ass. That's quite a username. Oh yeah, I was gonna do dev too, so let's pop over to dev. I think I'm only gonna be on for another 10 minutes though. I just wanted to pick up a few things. Dev stream. Look at me, I'm tiny. Ooh. Yeet. Oh yeah. I like being able to just be. Wee. Let's push myself. Having fun with XSplit today. Edit instances and instant static mesh components. It is med. Jesus. That's it for that, but like that was such a gigantic list of things that I at least I'm able to learn something, because I kind of am grasping what are UVs in To learn more, UV's a valuable set. Oh yeah, this is the textures, but there was other stuff. Well, what do they call it again? UVs, but what's the full name? What's a UV though? That's my problem. Mesh ops, optimize the mesh's geometry. Attempts to reduce the, yeah, so. Ooh, that looks nice. Mesh cut. Split one mesh into parts using a second mesh. Mesh boolean. Subtract or add mesh pairs. Let's see what this does. Oh, I see. Create lockout meshes using a repositional grid. And I'm assuming now, I don't want to go through another program to figure out like, hey, how to build something. I don't want to buy anything new. I want to have just like, this is your game development arena. Like, obviously you'd have more power to whatever you want to build. If in fact what happens is you build, like you have a bunch of tools like 3ds Max or Maya, and like your capability probably explodes. But I'm not really concerned about capability. I'm just concerned about one, I don't want to buy anything, and two, I would rather just complicate less things, you know. Extrude, bevel, edge loop to edit meshes via polygroups. Opens tools to deform meshes via their polygroups. A UV channel is a set of data within a static mesh that maps each of the mesh's vertices to coordinates in 2D space. These mappings define how 2D texture maps get wrapped around the 3D geometry when the mesh is rendered. What is UV mapping? I don't even, what is it? What does UV mean now? Creating a 2D representation of your 3D object. Oh, yeah. Okay. Static geometry, which is a cache of data areas. Okay. All right. Let me see. Subdivision. Increase the resolution of a mesh by polygroups of triangles. Yeah. I can kind of see what it's doing. It's just making it more complex, I suppose. Let's go. Let's Sean Murray, this is light no fire. Wrong keyboard. I really wish I was able to meet Liana Rupert at the Game Awards. I didn't even see her there. Like sometimes, and the woman has like fucking blue hair, so she sticks out of a crowd easy. But I just kept looking around. I'm like, I didn't see her anywhere. So she was in the crowd. I saw her on the actual broadcast with Anthony Mackie there, and he pointed out, I think he pointed out her, which was like, holy shit. Triangle select, quickly select triangle to edit the mesh and adjust the secondary properties. So, yeah, here. Jesus Christ, y'all. I am getting fucking just tired of goddamn burping all the time. But I knew that if I ate like I did, I'd get sick. I just can't eat like I used to. A mesh is a collection of vertices, edges, and faces that describe the shape of a 3D object. In Unreal Engine, you have static and skeleton meshes. Static meshes are the simpler. For example, you would use a static mesh for a chair or any other inanimate object. So a static mesh. What is a skeletal mesh? A set of polygons composed to make the surface of the skeletal mesh, and a hierarchical set of interconnected bones which can be used to animate the vertices of the polygons. So that would be a character. Yeah. And then that's when you'd get into your rigging. Because so that you'd animate the vertices with the mesh, right? But then your rigging would be the limitations of that. Beds, skills. Using vertex-based animation and static meshes can save significant performance. Now we're getting skin mesh. This was funny. I love this track. Meshes introduction. This is Unity though. I think that's gonna do it for me though, guys. I only wanted to get into this a little bit. I'm toying at dev. I have an idea of what I want to do, and it's been nagging at me, and I'm thinking this would be cool to do, but it is a long road ahead of me. I'm gonna thank everybody for tuning in today. I'm gonna call it a night. I'll be back next, I think, Friday. I think I'm gonna start throwing in Fridays, because Saturdays through Tuesdays I could you know, I could probably integrate one more day, but we're gonna take it. We're gonna call it a night. Thanks. Have the fun, not the run. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.